Well, good afternoon. It's another lunch and learn session. So talk to me. Can everyone hear me okay? Just want to make sure that we're all set with our data feed and our clarity. So if you're on the live stream, just please say hello. And we have a lot to go over today. I mean, we're going to go hands-on in Google Analytics and Google My Business today. So if you're ready to learn, would you just say, I'm ready to learn in the comments? I'm here to help. I got some really good stuff to show you, especially since I'm going to be working with live dealer accounts that need help. Okay, so Jamie, are you ready? Are you ready to learn today? Let's go to the deck first of all. So here we are on our deck for today. Wesley, hello. Wesley, can you hear me okay? Jamie, can you hear me okay? That's the question. I want to just let everyone know that some of the things I'll be talking about today, it's easy for you to find if you just go to brianpasch.com. Okay, so that's easy peasy for you to do. Very excited to tell you that my new book will be released on August 23rd. And I would hope to bring out the new book right at the same time as DMSC, but there was so much great information that was shared at DMSC, I wanted to update a few things, especially on the dealer case studies. We are pleased to announce that the boot camp is going to be a virtual event. It is September 10th, and it's dedicated to fixed ops. I mean, I want to just, come back on camera here for a minute and just kind of share my thoughts. I think that for the most part, fixed ops professionals have missed a lot of the digital education that is available, a lot of the conferences that I go to. Do you agree? Meaning fixed ops managers are oftentimes investing money in social media and Google ads and other things, but I'm not really sure they know how to inspect what they're getting. Meaning when I host digital conferences, I rarely get a lot of engagement or attendance from folks that are in a directorship or supervisory role in fixed ops, unless it's a group. And again, I'm not tooting my own horn, but this will be my 9th book to help educate dealers on their online marketing strategies, on their own online sales. And tell you the truth, we've just had not a lot of support of dealers sending out their fixed ops managers. So if you would help me, would you please get out the word for the Fixed Ops Marketing Boot Camp? Okay, Fixed Ops Marketing Boot Camp in September. Let's talk about one of my favorite cartoons. This is a cartoon. Let me just walk you through it. Someone gets a Nike catalog in the mail, and then they're walking down the street. They see a Nike billboard. They get on their laptop and they start doing a little research, but they don't buy something. Then they're in their car. They hear a Nike commercial, or maybe it's CNBC where the Nike earnings come in, and then they're watching, their television. Let's just say they're on Spectrum Reach or Effective or Cox, and they're watching, there's a Nike commercial, they pick up their mobile phone and they order sneakers. Wouldn't it be crazy for someone to say, oh man, we should cancel all our direct mail, all our billboards, all our radio, all our television, and just put all of our money into mobile advertising? This brings up the conversation of attribution, and I just wanted to let you know that more now than ever, dealers need to have a clear picture of what's working, what's not working for their marketing. And the Automotive Analytics and Attribution Summit this year will be virtual live stream November 16th, 17th, and 18th. I'm also excited to share on Monday a new podcast. And these are just some updates before we get into the lunch and learn to get everyone on the stream. But I wanted to let you know I had a great interview with Chip Perry, who is now the CEO of an amazing company called A to Z Sync. Some of you may remember over a year ago, I visited Champ Honda. I did some videos there. I talked about their excellent brand promise, which is one price, one person, 1 hour. Think about that. Isn't that great? Brand promise, one price, one person, 1 hour. And they built this experience, this customer experience, through the A to Z Sync platform. And so now Chip is heading up that company. So it's very exciting to see him move through. Whoop. So today I want to talk about two things, Google My Business and Google Analytics. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on screen going through some things. So of course, I want you to stick with me. If you have any questions on Google My Business or Google Analytics, anything that's been frustrating you, please let me know. Let's get into the lunch and learn now that the commercials are done and talk about Google My Business. And I just want to show you a few things. So by now, everyone should know that Google My Business is the best local marketing tool for dealers and for any business, and that all dealers should have sales, service, and parts listings. And here's a great example of Audi of Clearwater. You'll notice they have 4.9 stars. They are almost 2,000 reviews, and you'll notice their primary category is correct. It says Audi dealer, but you'll notice that it has departments, and this is very important. Notice under departments, it says Audi Clearwater Parts and Audi Clearwater Service. Notice also that for the hours, it shows that the auto repair shop or the service center is open and it closes at 6. You see, by setting up Google My Business properly, the main sales listing is absolutely correct in its displaying of information. So one of the questions I have for you and your dealership, and I work with hundreds of dealerships, and you'll see that in a minute, that you should be noticing your departments showing and the See More Hours box showing. That's absolutely important. And when you click on See More Hours, it should pop up like it is here for Audi of Clearwater, sales, service, and parts. So very easily at 7 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't show that the dealership is closed. The best time to check your Google My Business listing is 7 o'clock in the morning. Wherever your dealership is located, just get up one morning and at 7 o'clock, Google your name and see if it shows that your business is closed. For many dealers, they have one Google My Business listing. It shows their sales hours and it shows that the business is closed. Now, here's what you're going to rarely see. When you do click on the service listing, look at what they're doing. They are already at 75 reviews. Now you say, Brian, that's not a lot of reviews. Oh, yeah, it is. It is a lot of reviews. Why? Because most dealers have created their service listing, but they haven't really focused on it. So these guys are doing an awesome job. And then there's the parts listing. And you'll notice they haven't started with reviews on parts. And again, this is an opportunity for someone to really make an impact both for parts and services at their dealership. Now, one of the things that you should know, and we're going to go live hands-on, is that your dealership, if you have multiple stores, should set each store in its own location group. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is my agency account. We're going to go there in live, but I want you to understand Google has something called a location group, okay? And that location group is designed, okay, for a reason. And let me come back on camera for a minute. I want you to think of location groups like a subdirectory. And you create a subdirectory in your Google world for each store. It's called the location group. And then you put sales, service, and parts in that location group. If you had a body shop on the same property, if you had a car rental on the same property, do the same thing. Here's my point. By creating a location group, it's so much easier to get the hours to merge. It's so much easier to fix duplicates. It's so much easier to get tech support from Google. So today's Lunch and Learn, number one priority, each store's Google My Business listing should be in a location group. And you're going to see why in a minute, because those location groups have an ID and those IDs can be used to troubleshoot problems with Google. Now, what we are going to do in the hands-on lab today is we're going to go to Crown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Dublin. We're going to do some cool stuff. Some of you are going to be jealous that this store can do some of the stuff that you would love to do. But I want to talk about the products and services gallery in particular. Now, what I do want you to notice, and again, Google has some inconsistencies. It doesn't say departments here. But when you do click on more hours, okay, you're going to see the different departments. So let's go in and roll up our sleeves and do a little work with this particular store in my Google My Business account. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is move off of, I'm going to come over here for a minute. I'm going to be on camera, and then I'm going to take myself off, and we're going to share a new screen, and let's pull up my agency account. There we go. I think that's a good idea. Here we go. Here's the agency account, and let me share that screen with you. Okay. Boom. There it is. Okay. So let's talk about what we're seeing then on the screen, which is the Google My Business account. And let me make it full screen and go here. Okay, that should do it properly. Let's just make sure that, let me drag this over. Let's hold on one second. Let me get back in. It's like a mess over here. Hold on. There we go. Let me just fix something here. So there we go. I wanted to get this out of widescreen mode. Here we go. Okay. Sometimes it's a little tricky getting all this live stream stuff organization done right. There we go. Let's see if I can bring that over there. Oh, that doesn't quit PowerPoint. Oh, that doesn't want to quit. All right. Well, strange. Stop screen sharing. Quit PowerPoint. Let's see. So, force quit. Let's force quit PowerPoint then. Hold on. There we go. Now I can share the right screen. Okay, technology. I need a producer half the time here now. Okay, share the screen. There we go. Sharing that screen. Now we got it. Sorry, everyone. That's just a little messiness on my part here. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a look at how I have my account set up. So I'm going to go to Manage Locations, and you'll see each dealer I work with has their own Google My Business location group. And so I want to go down to the Crown Dublin. And you'll notice when we go into that account, there are three Google My Business listings, sales, service, and parts, and they're all claimed and verified. That's really important. And what I want to do for this particular session is I want to go into the listing itself. And I just want to remind you, if you click on info, the 10 categories should be there. And if you're a Chrysler dealer, right? If you're a Chrysler dealer, you have Jeep and Ram and Dodge and Chrysler. Then you're also a car dealer, a truck dealer, used car dealer, used truck dealer, you lease cars and you finance cars. Those are your 10 business categories. What I want to focus on today is products, okay? Not all dealers have products set up for their sales listing, meaning that menu choice isn't there. Okay, that's fine. But what you do need to do is understand that those products are really powerful in making your Google My Business listing effective. So if I click on Get Started, what are you going to put? And I'm going to suggest that you replicate exactly what you would in the showroom, which you would have a model lineup. Now, you can literally screenshot pictures like I did from the OEM website. And let me just take one here. And I just did a quick screenshot, and there's the Cherokee. Now, where did I get that, photo from? Okay, I got it from the Jeep website. Okay, so watch. If I just show that, there we go. So what I did is I went to the Jeep website and I just screenshotted, these things. So I'll do it again. Like if you see the Wrangler is there, okay, I can just screenshot the Wrangler and make that an image. So if I go in here and if I just throw that out, you'll notice that there is, let's see if that's the Wrangler photo. Yeah, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Jeep Wrangler. Okay, and now I'm going to create a category. Okay, remember for a Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, this category would be Jeep, right? So the categories here would be Jeep and then Dodge and Chrysler and Ram. And then you could do price range, okay, minimum price starting at $28, $295, just like the pictures says, okay, price range, and then a product description, okay? So in this particular case, you could go to the Wrangler page here and pick up some, description here, okay, of the car. Put your attention to the test, okay, so I'm just picking some text here because here it is. Boom, okay, watch what I'm doing. And then I'm going to add a button that says learn more. Now you could say order online if you have digital retailing, but you could say learn more. And then you would put a link to the website. Okay, so what is the website? Well, let's just go there. Crown Jeep in Dublin. Okay, and I'm going to go to there, and I'm going to look for, okay, there's Crown. And okay, allow, I'm going to shop new. I'm going to look for Wranglers. So another pop-up. Don't like that double pop-up at all. Okay, make Jeep. Notice what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go model. I'm going to look for Wrangler. Okay, and what did I just do? I created a search URL. Okay, there it is. That gets me to the current Wranglers they have. Only 3. Wow, they must be short on inventory like most dealers. I'm going to copy that. But I never send anything untagged. Okay, so I'm going to do Google URL Builder, and I'm going to build the proper link. So there's the link that brings me to Wranglers. It's Google, it's organic, it's Google My Business Sales, and this is what I'm going to do. This is the product, Jeep Wrangler. I want to note that this came from the Google product listing. Okay. So now I'm just going to push this over. Watch. Put my link. Boom. And I hit save. Oh, maximum price. Oh, fixed price. Let's see. Price range. Okay, so maybe we can put $40,000. I don't know. Dealers would know what the maximum price is. There we go. What did I just do? What if products are not available on your listing? Can you ask Google to add? So Jana, the products is always on service and parts. The products listing shows for some sales and not all. Okay, so let me just come back and talk to everyone. So one of the frustrating things, and we had Annika Brown from Google at the Digital Marketing Strategies Conference, and we asked her that, and she was saying, look, we're making a lot of updates. Some of the older GMB listings don't have products, but they will be updated. Now, I know for all the service and parts that I've seen, they all have products and services. So I think it's a matter of, and you can't delete your Google My Business listing and go back and build all the reviews. So it's just a matter of, you can put in a support ticket, but all of the tickets that I've submitted, they just say, yes, we're aware of it, and we're going to work, on the feature. Okay, so see what I did? I created a product category here, and then I can add more products, right? So my category is Jeep, okay? And I can add a product under here, and then I can pick another photo. Now, one of the tricks here is that the photos need to be square, okay? So Cherokee, and then we say Jeep Cherokee, okay? And it is, look, it's under the Jeep category. That's what you want. And you can put in the product price and the product description. Again, I'm going to go back over here, and I don't want Wranglers now. I want Cherokees. Okay. There's the Cherokee. I take my link, copy it, bring it into my URL builder. Okay, and now this is going to be product Jeep Cherokee, not Grand Cherokee, Cherokee. Okay, I'm going to copy my URL. I'm going to go back into my Google My Business listing. Okay, add a button, learn more, and put in the link. Now, just so you know, if you have a product like Roadster or you're doing digital retailing, you could send this directly right into the storefront. So let's go back here to the Jeep site, and we're going to go vehicles, and this way we're just going to go Cherokee. Okay, and I'm not saying that this is the right text, but I'm not going to bore you by typing in text, and my typing speed isn't awesome. Okay, and there we go. Hit save. What you're doing is building out a product portfolio for Jeep, and then you would do the same thing for Ram, and you would do the same thing for Dodge and Chrysler. Now, why is this cool? Okay, and basically, you want to ask yourself, well, why would you do it? Because when you go to Crown Jeep Dublin, oh, look at that. Bingo. You'll see that the products start showing instantly. And if I click on the Jeep Wrangler, it has that description that I told you about. And look, that could be learn more, or remember, you could do buy online. Okay, you could do buy online. Watch, learn more, and it goes right to the SRP. Isn't that cool? Can anybody say, hey, Brian, that's cool? What you'll notice as you search the internet, as much as I do, you will find that not many people have this set up for products. And what I typically like to do is set it up in the same way that the OEM has. So it's kind of a seamless connection. So for example, as a Toyota dealer, if you go to toyota.com, you'll see that they may set up as sedans and crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Okay, so that way you could literally set up your product categories. So let's just go back over here for a minute and play around with another example. So if I do Dolan Toyota, this is an example I've used. You see how nice. Now, they haven't updated all of their cars, but look how nice that is. But look, under trucks, there are the trucks, hybrids. So it's kind of cool. Google puts these these categories there, and you could really organize your vehicles. Yeah, it looks like they have their 2020s in there. So does anybody think that's cool? Like, hey, yeah, I should have that. What you'll notice is that when you go back to your listing and hit refresh, you'll notice that the other vehicles will start to show, okay? So if I said view all, oh, yeah, it hasn't refreshed yet, huh? Okay, oh, there it is, look at that. Just as we spoke, it refreshed itself, yeah. So it takes a minute or two. Again, I click on the Cherokee up. Oh, it's maybe doing some type of updating right now. Strange in itself why that's doing that, but let's just see why. No, it's there. All products. Jeep. Yeah. Okay. Has a link. Yeah. It's just probably going through some updates. Nissan Car Guy says, that's cool. Yes, it's cool. We don't have that feature on our GMB. Now, remember, though, watch. If I go back out of this listing and I go to service, remember that the service piece here has products as well, okay? And so what could you do for service? Same thing. Your product category could be, regular maintenance, right? And the product name could be oil change service, right? You with me? You can add a picture and, have a button, and you could order online or get the offer. Let's just say it was product would be $10 off our oil change service. Okay. Okay. Or just oil change service. Or best price on oil change, and it could be get this offer, or you could just order it online. You could just make it your oil change service. The idea is this is the same thing for service. Obviously, you have to have a photo. I didn't download any photos of oil change, but obviously you can do something like oil change, and you just look for some images. Obviously, you should use OEM images, but I'm going to look for a square photo. Okay, there's somewhat of a square photo. Save image. Okay, boom. Now I can put in my image. And by the way, there is a minimum size. Okay, there is a minimum size, and you can obviously crop this any way you want. Okay, oil change. And then again, for the Dublin dealer here, they would go here, service and parts, and maybe it's, let's see here, synthetic oil change. Here we are. They have an oil change page. Boom. I never send anything unlinked. So now this is Google Organic. This is now my service listing. So I'm going to do Google My Business Service. And what is this? This is an oil. This is a product from the product page, oil change. Okay, I copy my URL, push this off to the side, put in my link, boom. Okay, save on your next oil change service and get our factory trained technicians to include a free multi-point inspection or something like that, right? Give them a reason. Boom, I hit save, and there it is. Under regular maintenance is the oil change service, right? So here's the point I'm trying to make, is that most people haven't built their products for sales, service, and parts, with the exception some people don't have products for their sales listing. But it's super important to merchandise. And now I can't give you hard numbers, but when you start to add your products and services properly, you will find that the number of impressions that you get for those types of local searches increases. And that's why it's important to fully merchandise your Google My Business for sales, service, and parts. And our team at PCG Digital has done a great job of implementing rock solid maintenance for sales, service, and parts. And of course, my last book covered this in detail. So let's go back online for a minute. I want to use this example here just to go into the info tab here. And let's just minimize that. Okay, notice that there are 10 categories here. Auto repair shop. And remember, for Chrysler dealers, Chevy dealers, Ford dealers, you definitely want to make sure you have diesel engine repair. Now, I want you to understand, here's the services, and watch this now. Each of these services now has, oh, I didn't understand that, Brian. Oh, really? Look at that. So batteries. Oh, you mean we could put a little price? Or starting from, okay, 199 bucks. Oh, we could do that. And we could put a search optimized description. Oh, genuine replacement, car and truck batteries for your Ram trucks, Jeep, Chrysler, and Dodge vehicles. Always use genuine Mopar parts and accessories on your vehicle. Okay, and okay, what am I doing here? I'm putting whatever the, so what am I doing now? I'm actually building out more relevance for my listings. Oh, hold on. Let's just see. Car repairman, a transmission. There's the transmission. Oh, how about this? Add a custom service. Oh yeah, how about Ram truck transmission service? Oh. I can specifically put Ram truck and then put some details on that. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So notice once one category has the battery, it will cascade all those changes down. Okay, but diesel engine repair, right? So what would you put under diesel engine repair? Ram truck diesel engine service. Okay. And maybe you're going to do, Ram, maybe 3500, Ram 3500 diesel engine repairs. I'm just using some examples. Anybody else think this is cool? Products and services. And then you could literally air conditioning service as well. What am I doing? Have the ability to put pricing and descriptions. Brian, where does this show up? What it does is helps improve the searchability or the visibility of your Google My Business listing. And guess what? It's free. It's free. So I'd like to just encourage you that if you don't have all three listings in a location group, get in a location group. That's going to help you resolve any issues you have with duplicates or products not showing up in the menu, because you'll have a location group ID and you can use that in support tickets. Somebody's messaging me, where is that location group ID? Okay, so let me show you that. So if I come out to Google My Business, I go to manage my locations. Here's these different location groups, right? So let's go Audi Clearwater for a minute. If you click on the blue wheel, there's your location group ID. Just hit that and then use that in your tickets with Google. Meaning you could say in location group, blah, 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 I have 3 listings. One of them is showing as a duplicate. It's not a duplicate. I have 3 business listings. I have sales, service, and parts. here's the link to my hours and directions page. You see how much easier it is for Google gets millions and millions of support tickets for GMB because you're mentioning the location group ID. You're telling them you have 3 departments. You send them a link to your hours and directions page and you say, these are not duplicates. I mean, to me, that's a winner. And that's what I believe in. So before I jump out of Google My Business and go to Google Analytics, is there any questions that anybody has? I'll be more than happy to, tackle them. What I will do in the meantime is get some things ready in Google Analytics, because I did want to show you something that has been on my heart. Any questions from the attendees today? Because I want to do some things in Google Analytics as well while I'm getting that set up. Yeah, there we go. Any questions? Okay. I don't see any questions, but that's okay. If you want to ignore me, that's fine. Okay. What I wanted to address, remember, the premise of today's Lunch and Learn were here are things that dealers miss that are really powerful. And so if you don't have 3 Google My Business listings, if they're not fully merchandised, if they're not fully optimized, you're missing out on thousands and thousands of free impressions. Okay. Now, most dealers now are embracing digital retailing and remote retailing, including digital retailing tools that have chat. And yet so many dealers don't have conversion goals set up for chat conversions. Okay, so that's really important that we understand what we're talking about, and that each vendor has different standards or rules. But it's so odd that you can tell me, Brian, we really embrace online retailing and we have interactive chat and we're actually moving our CTA buttons from forums to chat. And I'm like, okay, where are your conversion goals? Have you updated your conversion goals? And they're like, what are you talking about? I said, well, if you don't have forums anymore, how are you tracking your conversions? And this is super important conversation to have with your chat company. So I'm going to show you 2 different chat companies in Google Analytics. So Jamie says, how do we create the departments? Okay. Jamie, can you be just a little bit more specific on specifically what departments we're talking about? Okay, so let me show my screen. Let's get to the showing of my screen piece. Okay, everyone will see my screen now. And I'm going to just go over here and bring up Crown Audi for a second. Crown Audi. And you'll notice if I go to Crown Audi, they have chat over here in the corner. Okay, so here's their chat. Now this happens, so if I hit chat, I do this all the time, you can find out that this is a Car Chat 24. Okay, that's the chat provider. So when I go into behavior and when I go into events and I go top events, in here are all the events that the website is throwing or not. So I always make sure that I expand the list. And then I search for the word chat because I want to see what events are firing, and look at that. So if I expand my range, like from May till today, there are, look, 90 chat events firing. And if I click on this chat event for Car Chat 24, it says submit. That means that they sent the lead. They sent the lead to the dealer CRM. That's super important. So when you click on admin and you click on goals, okay, the question here is has the event been used for the goal? So you'll see here chat submission. Look at that. If I click on chat submission, not chat click, by the way, that's super important. Chat submission, you will notice here that they're looking at the category called chat and they're looking at the action called submit. And that is absolutely what we saw. So for Crown Audi, they had created a conversion goal for their chat platform. But that's not always the case, okay? So let's go to Newton Nissan for a minute, and let me switch to another account. Okay. All right, there's Newton. Okay, so here's Newton Nissan. Now, if you go into behavior and events and top events, you're going to see that this dealer is very, very well detailed in their documentation. And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do chat, and I'm going to expand the events. And you're going to see something really cool here that you'll see detailed chat events where CPE chat complete, buy now a new car, CPE chat complete, new car sales. This dealer requested that their chat provider followed the open standard that I created. So if I look at the word chat dash complete, okay, anything with chat and complete, let's see what we got. Chat or complete. So let's just do complete. Any events that have complete. Oh, look at this lovely data. And this is for, let's just go from May to, okay. So watch what I'm doing here. I have chat complete for service, chat complete for new car sales, chat complete for pre-owned. These are all leads that go in to the dealer CRM. So if I go to admin and I go to goals, okay, notice that this dealer has not leveraged all this rich information. We have click the call. Okay, that's good. And we have a form conversion, but look, no chat conversions. Ooh, that hurts. So I could create a new goal. Okay, I'm going to make it a custom goal. And I could do something like a CPE chat complete, okay? And then you can look for, and let's just say sales or something like that. Or let's do service, that's good. Let's do the service one. It's an event, okay? And I'm going to look for CPE chat complete service. I think that's what it was called. Chat complete service. I'm going to test it, verify it. See if I typed it. Oh, look at that. Yes, a 0.12% of all traffic converted. And I hit save. And now I have the ability to track how many service leads I got. Wow, hold on, Brian. So you're telling me we're focusing so much on digital retail, we're focusing so much on conversational commerce, and now these chat tools like CarChat24 or CarNow or Conversations or Live Person, I mean, they're kind of becoming our primary go-to lead generator, yes. But did you set up goals for that? See, so you need to talk with your chat or digital retailing provider. If they're integrating with communication platforms, they can throw events when they send a lead to your CRM. So I know Live Person and Gabagoo and CarNow and Conversations and CarChat24 and Active Engage all throw events, but you have to request that they send them. Now, different companies do a better job of granularity. At best, well, at worst, you should be saying, I need to know if it's for sales, service, parts, okay, as a lead. As you can see with CarNow, they have it broken out as the deal type and even the car type. Gabagoo has a good detailed event-driven system as well, documented. And if you're a Gabagoo person, you actually can pick that up as a PDF. They have a listing of all the events that they throw. So this is really good. Okay, so Jamie asked the question, on the main GMB page, department features brings you to service, parts, or listing. Okay, so Jamie, when we showed you Audi of Clearwater, right? That's what we saw. So let's go there for a minute. Audi Clearwater. Okay. This department's here, this little piece. Oh, hold on. I better show my screen. Okay. So over here where we have the parts and service, that happens when you put those two listings in a location group and you ask Google to merge the listings. Now, there's also another little trick that can help boot these, and it's a little trick. Watch, here's the trick. You click on the map up here. You click on the little map, and then you zoom in. Ooh, I zoomed in too fast. There we go. You zoom in, and you see here's Audi Clearwater parts. If you click on it, you can see here that it says located in Audi of Clearwater. A lot of dealers, it doesn't say that. So you can go here, suggest an edit, change name or other details. And you can, down here, located within, you could put exactly the main sales listing. Isn't that a cool little trick that for a lot of dealers, the nesting doesn't happen. They've put all three listings in a location group, but they're still not merged. You can nudge it along, and maybe Jamie, you can give me your dealership name, or Wesley, or Nissan Cool Car Guy, or Jana. If you have a dealership we want to just go live with, and we could just take a look, but I could use a volunteer just so I can show you. Oh, there, that's Terrebonne Ford. Let's see what that meant. Is that actually Terrebonne Ford? Let's see. Is that actually a dealer? Oh, look at that. Boom. Okay, great. So they have different hours, right? Looks like they have a service listing, right? So here's what I was saying. It doesn't show departments. Oh, by the way, this says car dealer in Quebec. It really should say Ford dealer, okay? Should say Ford dealer. So fix that. But let's go on to the map. Let's look at Terrebonne Ford. I need to get to Canada. That's what okay, there's Terrebonne Ford service. There it is. I'm going to click on it, okay? And, oh, it says located in Terrebonne Ford. That's perfect. I didn't see a parts listing here. Terrebonne Ford service. Yeah, I don't see a parts listing, but this is in property there. Now somebody else. Our Canadian copycat. I love that. Okay, hold on. There's a Terrebonne. Hold on. Terrebonne Ford in Yuma. Wow, that must be a lot of misdirected search traffic. Okay, here we go. Okay, look, they have a department called Ford Service. If I clicked on the map, let's see if there is anything else on the property. So the way I do that is I just do Terrebonne Ford, and there's the service listing called Ford Service. Obviously needs a lot of help because there's no cover photo. And oh, watch this. Suggest an edit and change the name of details. And see, it's in there. It's inside of Terrebonne Ford. That's perfect. I don't see a parts listing here. So Terrebonne Ford parts. Oh, there it is. Ford parts. There it is. There's your parts listing. Oh, look at that beautiful photo. Ooh, whoops. Oopsie. It's unclaimed. Okay, and I don't know, that says Thibodeau. So located inside, Richelieu. Was that, maybe that's a completely different dealer. Yeah, looks like a completely different dealer. Okay, so Ford Service is in Huma, Ford Parts Huma. That's what we want to look for, Ford Parts Huma. Yeah, I don't think there's a parts there. No. Okay, so you would have to add that. Okay, competing dealer yet. Okay, great. Well, don't tell them then to fix their parts listing. It's still unclaimed. But let's go to Hessert Chevy because someone wants to do that. Okay, Hessert Chevy. Okay, here's Hessert Chevy, Chevrolet dealer in Philadelphia. That's perfect. Products and services. Okay, there's nothing in the carousel here. Okay, so let's look on the map. Whoops. Okay, there's Hessert Service. Okay, this may be helpful to you. Now let's see. Suggest an edit, change. See how it has no location here, Jamie? Okay, so you could say it's located within Hessert Chevrolet. Oh, Brian, that was so helpful. Thank you. Boom. Okay, and obviously, if we wanted to see if there was a parts listing, there's the parts store. Okay, there's that. And same thing, suggest an edit, change your, oh, look. Amy, aren't you glad you came to lunch and learn? Aren't you glad you came to lunch and learn? Boom. Okay, now, I just did the edit. I suggested the edit, but I want to make sure that you have all three of these, Jamie, in a location group, and then submit a ticket to Google saying, please merge all the hours in that location group. That would be helpful. So what I wanted to communicate to everyone today is that there's tremendous opportunity with Google My Business with products and services. What did I show you? I showed you that the products carousel can really merchandise your Google My Business page. And everyone has products for sales, service and parts. Those of you who have products for your sales listing, you should do your vehicle carousel. And there's even some thoughts about CPO. That's another advanced strategy once you get your new car line in. That being said, everyone has products and services for fixed stops. And I showed you today that even within the services, you can create a custom service, you can add a price and a description. And all of this, by the way, helps with local SEO. And then I just wanted to show you that we looked at two different chat companies, CarChat24 and CarNow, that are throwing events when a person converts through chat or text and the lead is sent to the CRM. They trigger that in Google Analytics, and you should be trapping that as a goal. You absolutely need to make sure that if you embrace conversational commerce, that you have a replacement for your conversion goals from forms. If you're reducing your dependence on forms, that's a better customer experience, but you still need to measure conversions. So when your chat platform or texting platforms sends a lead into your CRM, you should ask them to send an event so you can set up a conversion goal. Does that make sense, everyone? I hope that does, because, well, it makes sense, to me. So I'm just going to bring up just one or two things, and then we're going to move on to our final messages. Okay, so let's bring this over to the other screen. There we go. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Slideshow, play from current slide. There we go. Done. Boom. So let's just show. Okay, so the reason why I'm emphatic about this Google Analytics issue is that it's no longer acceptable to count total conversions as bulk. We need to know what they're for. And especially as we lean more on chat and SMS or messaging, we can't forget to collect those conversions. What you really want is this grid each month, especially as we embrace conversational commerce. You want to know each of your channels, your chat and messaging, your phone calls and lead forms, and then you want to differentiate sales, service, and other. This is the future of accountability, and you just need to learn how to set up the conversion goals based on the chat company's events that are sent. And as I mentioned, Gubagoo and CarNow and Dealer Inspire and Active Engage and LivePerson all have these event dictionaries, and you just need to get your event dictionary and then get your goals set up. So I hope you enjoyed the hands-on piece. I'm going to have to wash my hands because all of you were, virtually in the workshop with me. If you love great training, if you love strategies, if you love to get a competitive edge, would you be so kind as to invite your fixed ops director and you to join me on September 10th for the Fixed Ops Marketing Bootcamp? I hope you will help me pass the word. Don't forget Automotive Analytics and Attribution Summits in November. It's going to be a virtual event. We do not feel comfortable sending people to Florida or asking dealers to send their folks to Florida. So keep that in mind. And then on Monday, love for you to dial into the podcast and listen to my conversation with Chip Perry and Natasha. And again, what is SPOC? Single point of contact. We're going to talk about the benefits of running a dealership with a single point of contact. Again, all the information on my books or events, you can pre-order my new book or our mentoring program for managers. Those are all available just by going to brianpasch.com. Was this helpful to you? We just spent an hour, a lunch and learn, 56 minutes. Aside from some technical glitches, give me some feedback. Was this helpful to you? Did you enjoy today's lunch and learn? Sometimes I wonder, should I continue to do lunch and learns? I think they're fun because they're impromptu, and I normally do them when I'm in a great mood, so I can, entertain everyone while they're munching on a sandwich. But did you find today's lunch and learn? Remember, when this session is done, it will be on LinkedIn, it will be on YouTube, it will be on Twitter, Periscope, it will be on Facebook for replay. So if we were going over some things that you missed, of course, you could just share that link with someone from your dealership group. So thanks so much for joining us today. And it's awesome to see people wanting to learn. If you need help with your marketing, your digital marketing strategy, your tactical handling of Google My Business, social media. Remember, PCG Digital, the agency I founded and continue to supervise, is leading the way of high levels of accountability for digital marketing. So if you like accountability, if you like a partner who is trying to move the needle forward, give you more control and visibility for your marketing, just reach out to me, Brian at brianpasch.com. We can talk about that. But please, 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 if you're going to embrace conversational commerce, if you're going to embrace digital retailing, if you're going to reduce the number of forms on your website, would you please, please make sure you have conversion goals set up for chat and text or messaging and text conversions that happen online instead of forms that are sent to the CRM. Please make sure you call your chat or messaging provider, ask them to start sending events if you don't see them, and then set up your conversion goals. Is that fair? Why? Because we want a better customer experience, but we still need to know the outcomes of our marketing investments. So that's today's Lunch and Learn. Hope to see you online soon. There we go. Ending the broadcast.